Hey everybody, I am Colin James and welcome to our virtual info session. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be so great to find out more about next fall's Rhone River Cruise. I'm going to be joined by Chris Cadell and Steve Mariner, and we're really looking forward to playing for you. This region of France is spectacular, and Neil from AmaWaterways is going to give the cruise details, and Travis from the Stewart Travel Group will give you a sense of what to expect on the ship. The cruise is already half sold, and I can't wait to see you on board. Until then, here's Travis.
Well, hey everyone, it's Travis here from Stewart Travel Group. Thank you so much for attending tonight. Looks like we got a great crowd on board, pardon the pun, and we are super excited. So before we get into Neil from AmaWaterways, wonderful, wonderful partner, beautiful river cruise line. In fact, voted the best river cruise line for many, many years. So I'm going to tell you guys that don't know much about Stewart Travel Group, a little bit what we're about. Been in the business for 30 years. Yeah, celebrating 30 years this fall, which is awesome, and been hosting groups for about 15 years total. Now, we usually do as a company, about approximately 10 groups a year that we host, and that's really our specialty. And what I mean by specialty is that for those that's been on our groups, I think that we really make them feel special. We always want people to have this once in a lifetime opportunity, perhaps, and of course, with our charters, such as having Colin on board, wow, couldn't be any better. So just give you a little bit of background. This isn't our first river cruise with some really wonderful artists. Last year we had two river cruises, one with Jim Cuddy, both of them were with Jim Cuddy, headliner for Blue Rodeo, with his two sons, Devin and Sam, and his fiddle player, Annie Lindsay. So that was wonderful. We did Paris, so in and out of Paris on the Seine, and then we did the beautiful Danube in October. So two full ships, which was an incredible experience. I remember sitting back and saying, holy moly, I can't believe we all have got to experience this wonderful talent. And this year, we're doing actually the full, for those of you that hopefully know who Blue Rodeo is, the iconic Canadian band, 12 Juno Award winners. We're doing them this year on the Rhine from Amsterdam down to Basel, Switzerland at the Christmas markets. So yeah, we are super excited to be hosting this program. Of course, you see my wonderful wife, Paula. She'll be on board also, another wonderful host, and I think it will be incredible on the Amacello, which we just sailed on, luckily, back in May. And it is a beautiful ship. And I tell you, it was the first time that we've done the south of France, and it was absolutely incredible experience. I love the Burgundy and Provence region. I think you really like it too. And of course, when I come back on, Neil's going to take it away here in a second, but when I come back on, I'm going to talk a little bit about our experience over and above all the great experiences AmaWaterways do. And I think, once again, you're going to find it just an unbelievable product. If you haven't sailed on river cruises, they are very, very special, and AmaWaterways is very, very special also. So back to you, Neil, take it away and show us all about AmaWaterways and this beautiful sailing.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Travis. So yes, I am going to tell you all about the wonderful world of AmaWaterways. My name is Neil Dudley. I am the business development manager who works with the Stewart Travel Group. And what I want to do tonight is tell you a little bit about the company in case you've not been on a river cruise. Of course, highlight the itinerary that the Stewart Travel Group is going to be taking you on over in the south of France. Tell you all about great highlights, and yes, there are some extra special things built in, but I'll let Travis talk to you about those at the end of the presentation as well. We'll probably speak for about 30 minutes, leave some time at the end for any Q&A. You will notice there's a little chat box in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So if you do have any questions, please just type them in there during this presentation, and we will either answer them throughout the presentation or at the end we'll have some time for that as well. So a little bit about AmaWaterways, folks. We are a family-owned and operated company. It's two main families since our inception 21 years ago, and our Canadian connection is that our birthday happens to be on Canada Day. So you have Rudy and Christine there, husband and wife team from Germany and Austria, so really bringing a lot of great in-depth knowledge to our main destination, of course, which is Europe, combined with the Murphy family from the US and Ireland, so really bringing a lot of international flavor to our river cruise products. Now at AmaWaterways, we always say we're a very innovative style company, always leading the way, bringing out new things year after year. And it's not just something that marketing came up with, but it's based on the fact that Rudy down there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen is not just one of our owners, but he's actually the architect and designer of every single one of our ships. And in our industry, he's referred to as the godfather of river cruising, always coming out with something new, exciting, and innovative on the rivers. Now, I just thought I'd give you a little background about Rudy and his passion for river cruising, because he has wanted to be involved in river cruising ever since his very first experience. And yes, folks, I happen to have live footage of that to share with you tonight. Now, it does go back quite a ways. It goes back to 1975 on the Amazon, and there is Rudy up close and in person. Now, folks, if you've never been on an AmaWaterways river cruise before, I and Travis and everybody else can guarantee you we've come a long ways since Rudy's very first river cruise experience. In fact, this is what the AmaWaterways experience looks like today. So that, folks, is just a little glimpse into the AmaWaterways experience today. Now, I want to tell you about the AmaWaterways difference. We're going to start with the accommodations, and our ships over in France, these are our boutique fleet. So they're a slightly smaller ship due to the fact that these rivers are a bit smaller, a bit more intimate. You can't get a full-size river cruise ship on to some of the parts of the river. So we've got our boutique fleet, 110 meters with about 142 guests on board our ships. More of an intimate cruising environment and really adds to that great river cruise appeal. So the accommodations on the AmaCello, of course, start from your staterooms, your picture window staterooms, right up to your signature French balcony and suites that we've got on board. We've even got some single French balcony suites on board these ships as well. The iMac entertainment system, of course, in all of the cabins for all of your personal entertainment wants, TV, music, all the movie channels and such as well. Now, onboard entertainment, of course, we've got the main lounge. That's the main hub of activity. This is where the cruise manager gives his or her port talks. This is where our locally themed entertainment happens every evening when we are cruising. And after they are done, we've got our onboard musician to play music into the later hours as well. We've also got our little cafe and lounge, again, a quieter area for you to relax. Coffee, tea, espresso available whenever you would like. And in our lounges, of course, we also serve complimentary tapas throughout the day for you to enjoy as well. Now, the onboard dining, of course, is an area we truly do shine. That's a shot of our main dining room. Now, it seats on the AmaCello about 160 passengers. We've got 142 guests on board. What that means, it's open seating. Come and dine whenever, wherever you like. Tables of 2, 4, 6, or 8 for you to enjoy. But leading the way in river cruising, we're very excited that this year we are the very first river cruise line to eliminate all buffets on board. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner are all now an elevated dining experience for you to enjoy. In addition, we've also got our chef's table restaurant. This is a second restaurant area we have at the back of the ship. Bit of an interactive gastronomic experience. You can see the chefs are back there creating the meal right in front of you, and we make sure everybody gets a chance to dine in here at least once during their journey. Now, if you are a food connoisseur, we are the only river cruise line to have ever achieved Table et Auberge and Chaîne de Rôdesseur designations, and this is based on our restaurant's food, wine, and service. And of course, we can take care of any sort of healthy options or dietary needs that you need on board as well. Now, on board these ships, a bit more of an intimate cruising environment. So we've got hot tubs up on the top deck for you to enjoy. Great area for you to relax and enjoy all of the lovely sights. We do have a salon and spa if you are the kind of cruiser likes to get a massage or get your hair done. We got a full-time wellness host on each and every one of our ships, as well as a fitness center, and about 20 bikes on the AmaCello for you to take out in any port of call, should you wish to do so. We also have guided cycling tours on each of our cruises as well, and I'm going to talk a bit more about a few of those when I go through the itinerary in a bit more detail. Now, what is included with AmaWaterways? Almost everything is included, folks. You have all of your meals. You have all of your drinks with all of your meals. So unlimited beer, wine, and soft drinks. You also got our sip and sail program, which is essentially a happy hour in the late afternoon. So again, unlimited beverages, whether these are alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You can also bring on, folks, anything you like. And you are cruising through an incredible part of France with some amazing wines. You might purchase those, want to bring them back on board. You can certainly do that. This is very different to an ocean cruising experience. You can bring this back on board, enjoy it wherever you like, in the restaurant, in the lounge, even up in the hot tub. It is not a problem. We really want you to enjoy your AmaWaterways River Cruise experience exactly how you wish to do so without ever having to pay anything extra while you're on board. All of your shore excursions are included. We have no optional tours. And folks, we try to put no more than 15 to 20 guests at most to a tour guide to ensure that first-class touring experience when you are wandering around. And in the larger cities and towns, you're going to notice that there's a choice of activities, 3, 4, sometimes 5 different choices, all designed to allow you to choose exactly what it is you wish to see and do, and really feel like you're customizing your river cruise experience without ever having to pay anything extra while you are on board. But I will say my favorite enhancement came back in 2019 when we were the first river cruise line to bring out our own app. Now, this app has all sorts of great information for you before, during, and after your river cruise. Now, beforehand, you'll find all sorts of information on the cruise, information on the ship you're going on. Your documents will be found in there, but my favorite part of this app actually happens when you are on board. Now, I will assume each and every one of you listening tonight has taken a guided tour at some stage in your life. That means you've listened to a tour guide take you all around an area and tell you all about those beautiful sights. They'll tell you about that beautiful castle over there, and they'll tell you all about the history, and of course, you'll take a picture, remember that. And you carry on your tour a little bit more, and they tell you about that historical church over there, and they tell you all about the history, and of course, you take a picture, remember that. And you get back home after your 1 or maybe your 2-week vacation, and you start looking back through your hundreds and hundreds of pictures. And you look back through some of these going, I have absolutely no idea what that is, let alone why I took a picture of this place. Well, folks, if you take all of your pictures now through the My Ama Cruise app, all of the notes the tour guide gave you on that day can automatically be linked to the pictures you took that day. Along with a map and a journey of everywhere you've gone, you can look back at this for years and years as a digital photo album and remember every part of your AmaWaterways River Cruise experience. And with one simple click, it's uploaded to your favorite social media site, whether that's Facebook or Instagram. So folks, tonight we are going to talk about the essence of Burgundy and Provence. This is a beautiful 7-night cruise that will be going from Arles to Dijon. Now, this takes you on the Rhone and the Saône rivers. And what I absolutely love about this is it goes into the heart of the Burgundy region because a full-size river cruise ship really can't sail much north of the city of Lyon. So this is the AmaCello, 142 guests on board, and it is a beautiful ship that has actually just been completely overhauled in the last off season, and we have a great little video that I want to take you through just to show you all the great sights of the brand new updated AmaCello, where you'll all be enjoying this beautiful Essence of Burgundy and Provence river cruise.
Hello and welcome aboard the beautiful AmaCello. This award-winning ship is 110 meters, and I'm delighted to take you on a tour that includes some of AmaWaterways' signature amenities. Let's take a look inside. Here is our lobby where guests embark, depart the ship for our included excursions, and can ask questions at the main reception desk. Complimentary postcards can be mailed from here, and this is the place where guests may also settle their account at the conclusion of their river cruise. Our main lounge is our central gathering place for safety briefings, lectures, our daily complimentary sip and sail cocktail hours, and nightly entertainment. Tapas, light lunch, and late night snacks are also offered in the lounge. Plus, with floor-to-ceiling windows, it always offers a picturesque view. Below the main lounge is our main restaurant where guests gather for breakfast, lunch and dinner, which are all included in the river cruise fare and prepared with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. On our violin deck, you will find our hair salon and spa room, where you may treat yourself to a variety of massage treatments for a nominal fee. Inside of our fitness center, you may work out on state-of-the-art equipment.
To the left of our reception desk is our intimate onboard gift shop, which offers a variety of gifts available for purchase, from jewelry to local souvenirs to apparel. And at the rear of the ship is the Chef's Table Specialty Restaurant, where every guest may make reservations to dine once during their 7-night cruise. Here, a small number of guests can watch our expert chef prepare their exquisite multi-course tasting menu, which is served with complimentary fine wine.
This is one of our DE category staterooms, which features 2 windows at the river level, a desk, and a seating area, as well as a bathroom with a shower. Here, you will find our ABC category staterooms, which features a lovely French balcony. Of course, you may also treat yourself to a suite, which offers additional space, a bathroom with both a shower and tub, and special surprises and delights as you embark. The sun deck features a heated whirlpool, seating areas, and walking track. This is also the spot where our wellness host leads our complimentary fitness classes, such as morning yoga, dance classes, and more, when the weather permits. Thank you for joining us today on the tour of the lovely AmaWaterways. We cannot wait to have you on board, to pamper you and to provide you an unforgettable river cruise experience.
So that's just a little introduction, of course, to the brand new AmaCello, the brand new refurbished AmaCello. So you will be boarding this cruise in Arles in the south of France, and this is a great Romanesque inspired town. There's lots of incredible things to see. This is just a bit of an overview because you actually have 2 amphitheaters, one that is fully functional, and of course you've got the other one that is also well preserved, still used for lots of things. So when you arrive into Arles, you are going to embark on the AmaCello. You will be overnighting in Arles. So very easy if you'd like to wander into the old town, of course, at any stage, depending on when you are arriving in, what time, you are more than welcome to do so. It is maybe a 7 to 9 minute walk from where the ship is docked into the old part of Arles. Incredible sights, lots of great cafes, restaurants to wander around. Now, the next day is when you're actually going to be doing your touring of Arles. You can choose from a guided walking tour, a guided cycling tour, or Van Gogh actually made his home in Arles as well. So that's when you'll see a lot of artists, shops and things like that inspired by Van Gogh. Now, with all of these different tours, folks, the cruise manager is actually going to tell you a little bit more about all of the excursions that are included on your river cruise. Now, when your documents open up and such on the My AmaCruise app, you can certainly select your tours ahead of time. They do encourage you to do that. But if you get on board, listen to the cruise manager's speech, and decide, I think I want to change my tour, it's not a problem to do that either. They will never be sold out. Like I said, we put no more than 15 to 20 guests per tour guide. And if we have to add more tour guides, that is all we do. So it's not an issue at all. So you are back on board in time for lunch. And it's a bit of a midday sail to Avignon. It is not a long sail. That is the nice thing about great sections of this cruise. It's not long to sail from one to the next. So you're going to be arriving into Avignon, and Avignon is the old religious capital of actually all of the world. It used to be the old Vatican. This is the Palais de Pope in the background. So it's got a great history for this city. It's a walled city, beautifully restored and such, and preserved. So again, great city. And again, you are docked basically just outside of the Palais de Pope. It's probably, by the time you wander from the ship and across the road into the walled area, it takes about 4 minutes and maybe an extra 6-7 minutes just to get over to the main square and such. So again, what's going to happen, of course, is you have a selection of tours in the afternoon to choose from in Avignon. So of course, you can do a guided walking tour, which will include the Palais de Pope, or you can do a tastings tour of Avignon, because again, some incredible foods and delicacies of the area. So you've got a couple of tours to choose from in the afternoon. So a bit of a split day of touring. So lots going on day 2 for you. You're back on board in time for dinner, and we actually are going to sail out just after dinner is officially ending, and we're going to do an illuminations cruise because Avignon is truly lit up like a Christmas tree, folks. It's incredible to see the walled city, all the great lights, of course, that you can see on the Palais de Pope because it's slightly raised up over the hill and over the walls, and of course the famous Pont d'Avignon Bridge, which is what we will sail by as well. So we will do this just after dinner has finished. It's a late night sail out of Avignon for you to enjoy. The cruise manager will be up on the deck to really give a great highlight and overview of some of the great sites for you to enjoy. So overnight sail, folks, and the next day we're ending up into Viviers. Now, Viviers is a beautiful little town. This is an overview of it. Again, greatly inspired by Roman architecture and such. And on this day, you've actually got a choice of 4 different tours. So you can do a guided walking tour, you can do a guided cycling tour, or a guided hiking tour if you want to be a bit more active, or you can do what is my absolute favorite tour in this area, and that is to go outside of Viviers over to the town or village known as Grignon, and it's to see a truffle farm. And it's something that is very popular in this region, of course. So the owners are going to come out and meet you. You're going to actually get to see the dogs in action, to see and find the truffles and such for you. So really neat experience, and it's a beautiful little town that is out this way as well. So those are the tours. These are all morning tours. You're back on board the ship in time for lunch, and there is some time that you are able to explore Viviers. So if you've taken the Grignon tour, you do have a little bit of free time if you want to wander into town. A bit of a late afternoon sail out of Viviers. Now you'll be sailing overnight period and ending up in another Romanesque inspired town known as Vienne. Now, again, another great amphitheater that you see here. Not a very big town. There you can see the river, and this is actually the back end of the town. Again, when you're in Vienne, you've got a couple of choices of tours. You can either do the guided cycling tour, guided walking tour, or I know it says Mount Pepé guided hike, but please do not be thrown off by the fact that it says mount in there. It is really not a mountain as such. It's just a raised up hill. That was the shot of the amphitheater. And folks, if you would like to go to the top and you don't want to walk up there, you can actually take the relaxed pace tour, which is available, and they'll actually take you up there, either in taxis or on the little motor coaches that go up there as well. So again, great views from up here on the tops for you to see. So, and these are all morning tours. Again, you are back on board the ship in time for lunch. And that's what I love about this itinerary, is that we're actually going to give you a lot of daytime sailing, because there's some beautiful things to see along the Rhone and Saône River. So like I said, we're leaving about mid-afternoon from Vienne, and we're ending up in our next stop, which is Lyon. Now, Lyon used to be the old capital of France, and you're going to kind of see that little tower in the back, just about, I'll say about 2 o'clock. Well, folks, there is a big rivalry between Lyon and Paris. So yes, that is their own miniature version of the Eiffel Tower. So a bit of a preview if you're planning on seeing Paris at all. There's a miniature version of a lot of things in Lyon, but again, great city for you to explore. It's split by a number of mid-islands. So we stop on the one side, and you've got a few choices of tours this day. You can do a guided walking tour from the ship. You can do a guided cycling tour from the ship, or you can do a tastings tour. Now, Lyon is known as the culinary capital of France. So this is a great opportunity for you to go off to the markets and see some incredible tastes and French delicacies as well. Now you are back on board the ship in time for dinner. It is a late night sail from Lyon, so if you'd like to go off and explore a little bit of the city in the early parts of the evening, you are certainly able to do that as well. Now the next day you are going to be waking up in Mâcon, and this is our first official stop on the Saône River, because Lyon is kind of the gateway between the Rhone and the Saône River. So Mâcon is known as the South Burgundy city, so it's kind of the gateway to the Burgundy region. Now, excuse me, when you are in Mâcon, you actually have a number of tours that you're going to do in the morning. You can do a guided walking tour, or you can go off to a very famous abbey known as the Cluny Abbey. Got a very big history, of course, or you can do a guided cycling tour as well. So there's some great opportunities for you here. And again, remember, the cruise manager is going to tell you a lot more about each and every one of these tours, tell you whether it's active pace, whether it's relaxed, how long it's going to take. So you really do get an idea for the tours when you're on board. Remember, these are all designed to really maximize what it is you would like to see and do on this particular river cruise. Now, folks, the afternoon, we are going to be ending up in Tournus. Now, Tournus is not very far from Mâcon. So you actually have two ways of getting to our next stop, folks. You could do a guided cycling tour from Mâcon to Tournus. Make sure to wave at the ship as it sails on by, because if you take the cycling tour, you're ending up in Tournus and meeting the ship there. Or you can stay on board. And what we're doing is, for the guests on board, they are getting a Maconnais wine tasting on board. And this is a regional wine from the Mâcon area. So this will be them as we are sailing kind of in that late afternoon period to get up to our next stop, which is Tournus. Now, these are all very easy cycling experiences. And again, the cruise manager will tell you all about them on board. So if you'd like to do that, that is an exciting way of getting to the next port of call. And that next port of call is Tournus. And Tournus is, again, another beautiful little town in the heart of the Burgundy region. And here in the morning, you are going to actually have an opportunity to do a guided walking tour, or there's a couple of really neat experiences just outside of Tournus. You can go to Chateau Cormatin. This is a world famous chateau in the heart of the Burgundy wine region, or there is a medieval village known as Brancion, which is, again, probably about 40 minutes outside of Tournus. But again, amazing to see this town and the way that they've preserved the village and the medieval architecture from centuries back. So again, great selection of tours that you can do on this day. Now you're back on board the ship in time for lunch, and the afternoon we are either cruising, or again, maybe you're feeling energetic, you can do a guided cycling tour from Tournus, and you can end up in our next port of call, which is Chalon-sur-Saône. So, of course, you want to stay on board. It's a great way. There's some incredible wineries and vineyards that you are going to see as you're cruising along the Saône River. These are all really, really close to the river. It's really what allows them to have a very unique blend into the Burgundy region. So, next port of call is Chalon-sur-Saône. And again, you've got a guided sightseeing tour that you can do of Chalon-sur-Saône, or you can go off to the Beaune wine region as well. So again, some great options for you here as well. Now, there is back on board in time for lunch, and the afternoon we're going to do a Chalonnaise wine tasting, because again, this is another very unique wine region in the Burgundy area. What you're going to find is, when you're sampling all these different wines, of course, they are all very different. It is a really unique region in how the weather plays a big part of the different wines and the different tastes that come off from the area. So yes, lots of wine tasting for you to really get a great and thorough experience for the beautiful Burgundy region. So folks, you are obviously sailing in the afternoon, have dinner on board, and it's an overnight sail to Dijon. And Dijon is, of course, where the 7-night cruise will end. Yes, Dijon certainly is where the mustard comes from as well. That is what this region is known for, but also in the heart of Burgundy region. So they've got a couple of great things off in it to this area as well. So folks, you're going to be disembarking the Amacello. So this is the end of your beautiful 7-night river cruise experience. But we do have, whoops, sorry, I want to just play before I bring Travis back on and tell you all about the really incredible extra things that they put into these beautiful experiences. One of our cruise managers just did this beautiful little video to really highlight some unique things that you can only see in a Burgundy river cruise experience. So let Camille tell you a bit more.
Welcome to the heart of the French countryside, Burgundy. I'm here at the foot of the famous Rock of Solutré, one of Burgundy's most significant and beautiful landmarks, a geological wonder surrounded with the famous grape Chardonnay. Let's see what else this region of Burgundy has to offer. Nestled amidst some of the most exquisite vineyards that Burgundy has to offer, the Château de Pierreclos is a rare gem. As a part of your wine experience, you will discover the wine cellars of the castle, where you can relish some of their finest Mâconnais white wines. The Château de Cormatin is a real jewel in classical French architecture, boasting luxurious apartments and wondrous gardens, including a unique maze that is a must-see for visitors of all ages. Cluny Abbey is one of the most historically significant sites in France, serving as the center of Christianity during the Middle Ages. The Abbey's incredible size and complexity are a testament to the important role it played in the country's history. We hope you enjoyed this tour of some of Burgundy's most remarkable wonders. Come and see them for yourself and experience the beauty and history of France like never before.
So there you go, folks. Like I said, we include almost everything to see and do in the region. Really allows you to bring this to life. But when you take advantage of going on to a beautiful escorted group from the Stewart Travel Group, Travis and his team have some extra special things planned for you as well, don't you, Travis?
Yeah, thanks so much, Neil. You know what? It's funny. It was mid-May. Paul and I went to experience the Amacello and experience this beautiful part of France. And it's funny, I watching it, I was like, okay, you talked about bringing your own wine on board. And I'm going to tell a little story about one day, Paul and I, one afternoon, we were sailing. It was actually, I think we were leaving Lyon. And Paula said, you know what, let's not go to lunch today. Which, of course, I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's so awesome. Like and she goes, why don't we go out and get some fresh meats and some cheese and some breads and some grapes and of course a nice bottle of red from the region, and we'll sit up on deck and enjoy that for our lunch. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't sound so bad. And so we went and we did that. And we sat at the front of the ship. It was a beautiful day. It was 20 some degrees, and we were sailing, and folks were coming out after lunch, and we were just sitting there basically with a little knife and a thing, and of course the wine was there, and they were saying, oh my God, why didn't we do that? Why didn't we take that opportunity to do that? So I truly applaud, and I love for people to do their own. This is an amazing, if you have not river cruised, like I said, bringing your own wine, going and the chef's table is quite an experience on its own, just to be able to do that. And then also when the video about the new video that you showed in the Amacello, the gentleman that does the massages, and that is the gentleman that we had a massage with actually in May. So I can attest that it is a beautiful experience, and I hope that you'll come on board. But here's what's the really special moments outside of being treated like gold for the whole week with AmaWaterways is we're going to have a meet and greet on the first night, 2 intimate performances on board this beautiful ship. Now, when we have these performances, please know that not that just Colin bringing his guitar on board is just, of course, that is very, very special, and these other wonderful gentlemen traveling with him, but we actually have a full setup, a full stage, like almost like production, like there's technicians that come on board. So you're going to really feel a great experience when the trio is performing, and they're going to be doing 2 nights. And one of the most amazing things, we get 2 more absolutely amazing things that's going to happen. One is the Songwriter Circle. So some folks may not know what a Songwriter Circle is, and we had this on board our last cruise with Jim Cuddy from Blue Rodeo, and we're hoping to have it this year with Blue Rodeo. But it's an opportunity sometime during the sail, and we will get everyone, tell them well in advance. It won't take any time away from doing anything that you want to do, but these gentlemen will be sitting up on a very casual, sitting on like bar stools, with the guitars and a mic and the sound system. And they're going to talk about some of the songs that they've wrote and why they wrote it, and basically perform that song. So it's not just one song, it's going to be a few from each for sure. So I can tell you that this is a very, very neat experience that is always goes over very well here in Atlanta, Canada, but I'm sure it goes over very well from wherever you're from. And of course, the last night on board, we're going to have a chance to we're going to do a fundraiser, which we've done before. And for this time, we're doing it for Hospice PEI. So for those that understand about hospice, Paula has been a volunteer for hospice for about 25 years. And we have two foundations that we really love to support. One is autism. We have an autistic son, and we've done that for a couple of cruises, and then doing on the Blue Rodeo cruise this year. For this cruise, it's going to be for Hospice PEI. And of course, hospice care is a need that is near and dear to probably most of us, that unfortunately we know someone that has had to perhaps have hospice care. So this is a wonderful organization that we love. So basically, we're going to sell some tickets, and we're going to pull out 3 staterooms, and you are going to have the opportunity to actually dine privately with the trio. So it's a great finish to a wonderful cruise. It's going to be very exciting. I can tell you the vibe is going to be nothing more than exceptional on board, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and I can't wait. I hope that you're going to join us. And I'm going to go to the next slide and kind of tell you a little bit about what's left on board. So these are the pricing for the cruises, which are very, very good, because if you look actually on the AMA site and just look as on the regular site and go look at the pricing for the week before or the week after, pretty well seeing the same price. So this is a wonderful opportunity to go and have a Canadian icon that we all love, near and dear to our hearts, and perform right in front of us in an amazing, intimate environment that I promise you will never forget. So you'll see that we have limited availability in category A, C, D, and E. So the suites are sold out. The single rooms are sold out, although we can work with singles to see if we can match up if that's something that you want. So what I would recommend for you to do is please go to our website, stewarttravelgroup.ca, look for the Colin James Trio tab, and go on there and look at all the information again. You can book right online. You can actually pick your category that you like. But also that I want to make sure that you know this is very important, is my direct phone number is there. So you can call it at any time. So you just call the number that's on the site, because I know that you may have lots of questions, and that's perfectly fine. I want to make sure that you have as much information as you possibly can. And I want to make sure our team here, we work really hard to make this something that, once again, you'll never forget. And it's something that you're going to be able to brag about to your friends. I promise you that. So we're going to do a couple of Q&A. I'm not sure if there's any questions, but if there isn't, like I said, there's going to be some stuff here, the frequently asked ones. But also, like I said, just give me a call on the number. It's on the site, or you can reach out to any of our team, and we'd all be sure to help you. So take it away, Neil, for these last ones.
See, I was trying to be really smart, and while you were saying your number, I'm like, I'm gonna just slowly slip in the number to say for Travis, but of course then I remember we swapped out the slide last minute. So anyways, that was me trying to be really in sync with Travis, but I messed that up. But folks, if you have any questions, please type them into the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. But a few of the ones we get asked, I thought I'd handle now. Now they are going the end of October, folks. Please do not think that it is Canadian weather when it's the end of October. October is one of my absolute favorite times to go over to France. It really is much more like beginning to middle of September weather. So it is really, really great temperatures in the south of France. You're probably looking at mid-teens to high teens kind of thing for the time frame. Great time to travel. Just starting to wind into their shoulder season of travel. So the crowds aren't as great. So really incredible time, of course, to go. Please remember, fully safe and secure on board, 24-hour security on board all of our ships. Everything is card control access. Folks, we don't have doctor's offices on board the ships. All of the staff are first aid trained, and of course, The doctors are very close to all ports of call. The captains know where they are at all times. If you are going to bring over any sort of electrical appliance, please remember it is European voltage and electrical current over there. So you will need these little adapter and converter plugs in order for any appliance to operate properly from here in Canada. And folks, it is a smart casual environment on all of our cruises. Now, I know there was some gentlemen in some jackets and ties and some ladies in some very fancy cocktail dresses in the videos. They do that for the marketing portions, folks. It's a smart casual environment. There are no jackets and ties required. There are no fancy cocktail dresses. So again, please come dressed to cruise and enjoy an incredible time on board this very, very special experience. And as Travis mentioned, go ahead, look at the website. You're going to see the prices are similar, but all of these extra things that are added in, plus the fact that it's probably going to be almost all Canadians on board the ship. So again, a couple of great bonuses for you as well. But at this stage, if we do have any other questions, I'm going to open up the little question box. I didn't see anything chiming in. So yes, I see Cheryl already answered the one question about bikes on board. I think we talked about that during the presentation, so that is perfect. And I don't see any other questions coming up, folks. So that is going to be everything. I'm going to let Travis end the session, but like folks, if there was any of your friends and family who were wanting to watch the presentation, weren't able to do so live, this is being recorded. I'm sending this over to the Stewart Travel team. They will have it available as of tomorrow, so they will be able to send it the links or post it on their various spots that they have, so that your friends and family who may have wanted to watch and couldn't do so live will certainly be able to do so as of tomorrow. So Travis, back to you to close here.
Yeah, thanks so much, Neil. I really appreciate the presentation. Like I said, AmaWaterways is a fantastic, fantastic partner. We love working with them. Their interests are totally aligned with ours, and that's just taking care of people. So as you can tell, I'm super, super excited about this. I'm like, I can't wait till next October, but you know what? We don't want to push our life away too quick, but it is something to look forward to indeed. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for wherever you're chiming in from, tuning in from. And like I said, go on our site, stewarttravelgroup.ca, find a tab for the Colin James River Cruise. Once again, you can book directly on there, but if you want to call and ask any question at all, my direct line is there just for you, okay? So once again, thanks so much, and I hope that we'll see you definitely on the south of France. It will be incredible. Thank you.